Hello and very welcome everyone to this session of the current affairs. Today we are going to learn the current affairs of 1st and 2nd of May 2024. So let's start and see that what are the things we can learn from this particular day. And before we start, these are the topics I got covered for you in this session. So let's see that what are the topics we are going to cover. So the topics are like this. So I have got some international, national news, state news. After that, I got some banking, defense, science and technology news, sports, important days, appointments and resignations, and ranks and reports, summits and conference, obituary, awards and recognitions. And at last, we will summarize that what we have learned so far in this session. Before we start, the images used in our slide deck are for educational purpose only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. So first news that we have today is with us that UN's first international conference on DPI held under India's leadership in New York. So on April 25th to 26th, the first United Nations Conference on Citizenship Stack, Digital Public Infrastructure, Transformative Technology for Citizens, was held at UN headquarters in New York, United States, under India's leadership. So this was the conference. The name was Citizen Stack, Digital Public Infrastructure, Transformative Technology for Citizens. The conference introduced India's digital public infrastructure framework as a global standard and shared India's Citizen Stack initiative. The event was continuum to India's G20 presidency in 2023 on the theme Vasudev Kutumbakam. This particular slogan was taken from one of the Upanishads of India, that is Maha Upanishad. Key participants included Ruchira Kamboj, permanent representative of India to the UN G20, Sherpa Amitabh Kant, Dennis Francis, President of the United Nations General Assembly, and Akim Stener, Administrator of UN Development Program. So remember that India's leadership in New York is being commemorated as UN's first international conference on DPI is held, and that too under India's leadership. And it is the particular program related to the data infrastructure of the Indian citizens. India's growing dependence on Chinese import, a cause of concern. So recently, a report by the Global Trade Research Institute (GTRI) highlights India's increasing reliance on Chinese import. So basically, it is telling that the import from China has increased, and basically, it is telling us that India is greatly relying on this particular type of trade. The import bill surged of to over 101 billion in 2023 to 24 from around 70 billion in 2018-2019. So in 2018-19 it was around 70 billion of import of particular bill of import from China, and now it has surged to 101 billion in 2023. Over the past 15 years, China's share of India's industrial goods import has risen significantly, reaching 30%. Imports from China have outpaced India's total imports by 2.3 times. So remember that India's growing dependence on Chinese imports a cause of concern, and particularly the import from China has increased to 101 billion in 2023 from 70 billion in 2018-2019. If we talk about the FDI, the foreign direct investment, so in that case the largest for FDI ever is today's date is by Singapore in India. India renews agreement to train 1500 Bangladeshi officers. So government of India has renewed a memorandum with Bangladesh. This agreement facilitates the training of 1500 Bangladeshi officers from 2025 to 2030. MOU was signed between Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievance and the British Bangladesh Ministry of Public Administration. Initiative aims to strengthen bilateral relations and enhance administrative capabilities. So India will be helping Bangladesh in training their 1500 officers under the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances. The state minister for this particular ministry is Dr. Jitendra Singh. India reduces windfall tax on petroleum crude. So India has adjusted its windfall tax on petroleum crude. It is a kind of a tax that is being implemented on the petroleum, that is a crude oil. The tax has been reduced to 8400 Indian rupees per metric ton from 9600 rupees. This change is effective from 1st of May. The decision follows a recent increase in tax from 6800 rupees to 9600 rupees per metric ton on April 16. So now India has reduced the windfall tax on the petroleum crude. For the last 2 years, Russia has been the largest exporter of crude oil to India. Just to add to this point, Indian Army and Puneet Balan group collaborate to develop India's first constitution park. So, the Indian Army and Puneet Balan Group has inaugurated the first Constitution Park in Pune. To add to this, one particular park for the conservation of king vulture in UP was inaugurated recently. The ceremony was led by Lieutenant General Ajay Kumar Singh. The park emphasizes the importance of citizens honoring their constitutional duties. It aims to inspire national development by 2047. So remember, the Constitution Park is being introduced or inaugurated in Pune, and the ceremony was led by Lieutenant General Ajay Kumar Singh. TUCO signs MOU with Nagar Nigam Haridwar to establish waste to green energy plant. THDCIL UJVNL Energy Company Limited, that is TUCO, has signed a memorandum with Nagar Nigam of Haridwar, that is the Municipal Corporation of Haridwar, to establish a waste to green energy plant worth rupees 140 crores. So basically, they are particularly creating a new type of ecosystem or a plant that is to be created to deploy waste to green energy plant, so that the particular type of waste that can be converted into green energy. The initiative aims to convert 400 tons per day of municipal solid waste into 140 tons of green charcoal. Nagar Nigam Haridwar has allocated around 10 acres of land of Sarai for the construction of this plant. The memorandum was signed by Varun Chaudhary, IAS Municipal Commissioner of Haridwar, Sandeep Kumar, CEO of TUCO Limited. So recently, TUCO signs MOU with Nagar Nigam Haridwar to establish the waste to green energy plant. Uttarakhand suspends license of 14 Patanjali Ayurvedic products. So recently, the Uttarakhand government has suspended the manufacturing license of 14 products from the Patanjali Ayurved. The suspension is due to misleading advertisements about the efficacy of these products. The move comes amid ongoing scrutiny and legal proceedings against Baba Ramdev. Ramdev has been directed to cease misleading advertising. So it was during the time of 2020, the time of first phase of Corona, COVID-19. At that time, the medicine came into the market from Patanjali, that was Coronel, and it was projected that the Patanjali has found the solution of this particular type of disease, and on the basis of that and with that advertisement, Patanjali started selling Coronel into their particular market. Now, after scrutiny and other things, and particularly by the special order of Supreme Court, now the scrutiny has been done, and now particularly the Uttarakhand government has suspended the manufacturing license of 14 products from Patanjali Ayurveda, because, as I said, the misleading advertisement that were basically broadcasted during the COVID-19 time, and for that purpose, this particular license removal has been done by the Uttarakhand government. On which company? That is the Patanjali Ayurveda. Adani Vizhinjam port in Kerala approved as the India's first transshipment port. So the Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, who is the Minister of Shipping, the Mr. Sarbanand Sonwal, has approved Adani's group Vizhinjam port in Kerala to operate as India's first transshipment port. So remember, Vizhinjam port in Kerala is the Adani's group, and it has become the first transshipment port. The initial phase targets capacity of 1 million 20-foot equivalent units, with subsequent phases aiming to add 6.2 million. A proposal to designate it as a customer notified port has been made, and Central Board of Indirect Taxes Customs is expected to provide approval to set up a custom office here in the next 3 months. Vizhinjam International Seaport is owned by the government of Kerala and is operated by Adani Port and Special Economic Zone. So that is all about this one. So remember that Adani Vizhinjam Port in Kerala has approved to be India's first transshipment port. Recently, Mr. Adani has become the 11th richest person in world, and if we talk about in Asia, he has become the richest person in Asia currently. On second position, it was retained by Mr. Mukesh Ambani. And if we talk about Adani Defense Aerospace, then they have recently signed memorandums with the UAE based Edge Group to create a new type of defense equipments in India. And now they have become the first transshipment port they have got, that is the Vizhinjam port of Adani's. RBI announces interest rates of 8% on floating rate saving bonds. So the Reserve Bank of India, highest regulatory body of banking, has announced 8% interest rates on floating rate saving bonds. This is a variable rate bond issued by the Government of India that matures in 2034. The interest rates changing every 6 months. The RBI has also cancelled the certificate of registration of Delhi based non banking financial company limited over irregularities in lending practices. The governor of RBI, Shaktikant Das, and then headquartered is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. So remember this thing that RBI has announced the interest rates of 8% on the floating rate saving bonds. So basically, these are the type of bonds which are being introduced by the government, as they will take the money from the bank, and after that, particularly the rate of interest are being changed so that the inflation and deflation can be controlled. Now, you would be thinking that how, on the basis of this, these things can be controlled, because when the particular percentage of the bonds is being raised or lowered, in that particular case, the similarly the percentage on the personal loans, home loans, car loans has also been decreased or increased by the banks. So when this is being done, the particular percentage of loan that is given to the customers will also be decreased or increased. So on the basis of that, the flow of money can be controlled. So that is why the particular percentage of bonds is very important for the inflation and deflation indirectly. Brisk Brisk Pay raises US $5 million in seed funding from PayU to enhance cross-border payment. So GoBrisk Technology Private Limited, a Mumbai-based cross-border payment platform, secured investment of US $5 million in seed round from PayU. The investment focuses on simplifying global payments from Indian micro, small and medium enterprises. BriskPay will use the funding to enhance its product and services offering, expand its teams and scales its reach to enable more Indian business with seamless cross-border payments. The funding will drive product development, talent acquisition, business expansion for cross-border payment startups. Recently, India is also collaborating with Maldives to provide UPI payment system in Maldives, and as well as the first South American country, that is Peru, also being inducted into this system so that they can create the ecosystem of payments online. So now, apart from that, BriskPay raises US $5 million in seed funding from PayU to enhance cross-border payments. India economy to grow faster than 7%. So according to the National Council of Applied Economic Research, we discussed about this recently also, but let's just revise this one. So according to the RBI, the GDP growth will be around 7 to 7.2. According to Moody and Goldman Sachs, it would be 6.8 to 7%. And according to NCAER, it would be growth faster than 7%. So projected the Indian economy to grow faster 7% in the financial year 25. This growth will be driven by projected acceleration in both global growth and trade volumes, as well as the forecast of an above normal monsoon. So economics and weather are very interrelated subjects. So as we can see that above normal monsoon is also particularly indicating that the particular percentage of GDP will be increased on the basis of that. Why? Because when the monsoon will be good or above than normal, then the crops will be good, and hence the farming sector will increase, will get more revenue. So that will help in grow GDP. So that is how each and every factor all around you is particularly contributing into the GDP. So all the things that are contributing are listed here. The purchasing managers index for manufacturing reached a 16-year high in 59.1 in March 2024. Unified Payment Interface record its highest ever volume with 13.4 billion transactions in March 2024, a growth of 55.3%. Zimbabwe introduces new currency amid skepticism. So Zimbabwe is going through a lot of economic crisis for a very long decade, and lot of people have lot of skeptic perception about Zimbabwe's economy. So now, in between that, Zimbabwe has introduced a new currency, that has launched a new currency called ZIG, short for Zimbabwe Gold. The ZIG is backed by Zimbabwe's gold reserve and was introduced electronically in early April. It has now been released in banknote and coin form. The main aims to address the country's long-running currency crisis. So, for that purpose, Zimbabwe has introduced a new type of currency called ZIG. CRAD's new offline QR code scan and pay service revolutionizes payment landscape. So one more company that has been added into the payment and service aggregator. Now CRAD, a famous credit company that particularly gives you reward points when you pay your credit bills with with the help of CRAD, has launched innovative UPI based scan and pay service. This marks CRAD entry into the offline payment sphere, challenging incumbents like PhonePe, Google Pay, and Paytm. The service allows users to make payments directly from their bank accounts using any QR code. It extends convenience to large format stores such as supermarkets, fast food points, beauty salons, fashion boutiques. So Cred has also joined this department of scan and pay QR code. Now they are in that competing challenge with PhonePe, Google Pay, and Paytm. RBI cancels S Money India NBFC license for irregular lending practices. So RBI is the highest regulatory body of banking and non-banking services in India. And if any bank or non-banking firm finds to be in irregulation with the 1949 Banking Regulation Act, RBI Act, then RBI improve or particularly impose penalty. Now RBI has revoked the license of Ace Money India Limited. Delhi-based non-banking financial company was cited for irregular lending practices. The company violated RBI guidelines regarding excess interest charges, inadequate protection of customers' information. So they are particularly violating two things. They are charging extra interest, and secondly, they are particularly providing inadequate protection to the customers' information. That means a breach of customers' information was done here. Discrepancies were noted in S Money's management of risk and code of conduct in its digital lending operations through third party applications. So remember that RBI has cancelled Ace Money India license recently. Worldline e-payment India receives RBI approval to as a payment aggregator. So after CRAD, now one more here is that Worldline e-payment. So Worldline e-payment India has received approval from Reserve Bank of India to operate as a payment aggregator. This approval highlights the company's commitment to the Indian market. It emphasizes Worldline dedication to compliance within the regulated payment landscape. The company aims to enhance its payment solution and services in India. So for that purpose, Worldline e-payment India, they have particularly received the RBI approval as the payment aggregator. Unified payment interface transactions declined slightly in April. So recently the UPI transactions are declined in April, found to be declined in April. This is a data. There was a 1% decrease in transaction volume and 0.7% drop in the value compared to March. Despite the dip, year on year growth remains strong with a 50% increase in volume. Before demonetization in 2016, the particular uh, UPI transactions were very low and very less people were involved in this particular transaction. But nowadays, it has a particular transaction of more than lakh crore rupees in a year. And now the decline is attributed by typically higher transactions volume in March. Record high GST revenue collection, another data we need to see. So India achieved the record high GST revenue collection in April 2024. The total collection reached 2.10 lakh crore, marking 12.4% increase from previous year. The surge was driven by 13.4% growth in domestic transactions and 8.3% rise in imports. This milestone reflects robust economic activity and effective tax compliance. So basically, when we talk about the record high GST, so GST was basically formulated in 2016. It was passed by the Parliament in 2016, and in July 2017, it came into the Act. Now it has been recently we have got the collection of 2.10 lakh crore for that is 12.4% more from the previous year. All the banking student, these type of data will help you in your interviews. Core sector growth moderates 5.2% in March. So core sectors like the industrial sectors, coal mining and steel industries, they have increased. They have seen a growth of moderate 5.2% increase. Growth in India core sector moderate 5.2%. This is a decrease from February 7.1% growth. So in February it was more. Sequentially, there were notable 9.9% increase, the highest in the year. The moderation indicates stabilization in core sector performance. So remember this thing as well. Indian Oil Corporation investment in renewable energy, 5,250 crore for 1 gigawatt capacity. Indian Oil Corporation announced an investment of rupees 5,215 crore in renewable energy. The investment aims to develop 1 gigawatt of renewable energy capacity. So Indian Oil Corporation, they are now particularly investing in renewable energy, and as we know that we have a target of increasing the investment in renewable energy more than the fossil fuels, and currently we are at the ratio of 2:1. So Indian Oil Corporation announced an investment of 5,215 crore in renewable energy. The move aligns with the IOC strategy to diversify beyond traditional oil and gas ventures. Initiative supports India's renewable energy goals and sustainability efforts. SPPL launched 6th ACTCM barge in Thane. So LSAM 20, the 6th ammunition cum torpedo cum missile barge. That means this particular vessel is capable of carrying ammunition. Torpedoes are what? Torpedoes are basically a kind of a missile that is being launched beneath the sea surface to target the sea vessels. And cum missile barge built by Surya Dipta Project Private Limited or the Indian Navy. It was launched in Thane. The induction ceremony was presided over by Madhusudan Bhui, General Manager of Naval Armament Depot in Karanja, Mumbai. ACTCM barges indigenously designed and built under the relevant naval rules regulations. These barges will boost the operational commitment of the Indian Navy by providing transportation, embarkation, and disembarkation of articles. ISRO released ISSAR 2023 report on vulnerability of space assets to collisions. So Sridhar Panikkar Somnath, the chairman of ISRO, released the Indian Space Situational Assessment Report. Under this report, assess the vulnerability of space assets in outer space to various environmental hazards such as asteroids, comets, and artificial objects. So basically, as we know that our outer space is filled with the satellites like GSLV satellites, PSLV satellites. So according to this report, they are saying that particularly our lot of satellites are under particular threat, that they are under the conditions that they would hit by an asteroid that will destroy them or that will make a serious destruction to the particular satellite. A total of 300,143 objects originating from 212 launches on orbit breakup events were added to the space object population in 2023. Since the beginning of the Indian space era, a total of 127 Indian satellites have been launched till 31st of December 2023. So this is the data regarding 31st of till 31st of December 2023. Argentine scientists unveil discovery of speedy 90 million years old herbivore dinosaurs. So we know that around 65 million years ago, that is 6.5 crore years ago, the dinosaurs were extincted because of an asteroid that hit the Earth at the Chicxulub crater. So paleontologists from Argentina have discovered a new medium-sized herbivorous dinosaurs named Chakisaurus nicol. This dinosaur thrived approximately 90 million years ago during the late Cretaceous period in present-day Patagonia. The finding is detailed in journal Cretaceous Research. The dinosaurs is noted for its speed and unique tail anatomy. So you can see it in this photo. So this particular type of dinosaur was discovered in Argentina. Recently, a new type of snake was discovered in West Himalaya that was named after Leonardo DiCaprio. An eel was discovered in Odisha. A new aquafair genus was discovered in Western Ghat and Eastern Ghat, and a new type of ant, heavy metal blue ant, was discovered in Arunachal Pradesh. So remember all these things as well. India Europe to strengthen 6G collaboration. So India's Bharat 6G alliance is set to sign a cooperation agreement with Europe's Industry Alliance 6G. This follows a similar agreement with the US. The partnership aims to foster collaboration in developing 6G technology. The agreement is expected to enhance technological advancements and innovations. So, India and Europe to strengthen 6G collaborations together. China to launch Zhang E6 lunar probe carrying Pakistan in iCube Q mission. So, China is preparing to launch the Chang E6 lunar probe on the mission to the moon. So, it is a mission to the moon. The probe will carry Pakistan's iCube Q mission. The mission aims to collect soil and rock samples from the moon's far side. This endeavor will provide valuable insights into the moon's early evolution and the inner solar system. So, as in 2023, India's lunar mission was Chandrayaan 3, but that mission was to explore, not to come back with the samples and rocks and other things. But China, with their mission, that is the Chang E lunar probe, 6 lunar probe, remember the name, they are particularly going to get a particular type of samples from the moon so that they can have a particular type of research on these type of objects. Apart from that, recently Japan has also become the fifth country in the world that has reached on the lunar surface. Now China is also going once again with their another mission to take some samples from the southern side or southern pole of the moon. Kenyan dominance at TCS World 10K Bangalore. So 16th edition of the TCS World 10K Bangalore saw Kenyan runners emerge victorious. Peter Mawaniki won the International Elite Men's category with the time 28 minutes 15 seconds. Lilian Kesat leads the International Elite Women's category with the time 30 minutes 56 seconds. The event highlights the dominance of Kenyan athletes in the long distance running. So remember the name Kenyan dominance. Paris Saint Germain clinches record 12th League One title. So Paris Saint Germain secured their 12th League One title in 2023-2024 season. This marks their third consecutive year of victory. The club's success is contributed through the leadership of coach Luis Enrique. PSG showcased commanding performance throughout the season, solidifying their stature in French football. Recently, Spain won the Euro Cup. That is also you can add into your notebooks. Ayushman Bharat Divas 2024. So 30th April is commemorated as Ayushman Bharat Divas to raise awareness about the objective of Ayushman Bharat. So basically this scheme was started in 2018 with an objective to provide a particular medical assurance to the people who are some particularly below the poverty line and who have financial issues. So the day aims to promote the importance of providing medical facility to all the remote areas of India and provide quality healthcare to every citizen. Ayushman Bharat has launched recommended by National Health Policy 2017 to achieve vision of universal health coverage. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the scheme in Ranchi, Jharkhand in September 23, 2018. So remember Ayushman Bharat Divas, it has also particularly completed 6 years this year. International Jazz Day. So jazz is a kind of a music that is a kind of a genre of music. So basically famous in the 1920s and 30s in America especially. So, United Nations International Jazz Day is annually observed across the globe on 30th of April, highlight jazz and its role in diplomatic relations of uniting people around the world. The global host of 2024 International Jazz Day celebration is the city of Tangier, Morocco. In November 2011, UNESCO General Conference adopted resolutions to proclaim 30 April as International Jazz Day. First ever International Jazz Day was observed on April 30, 2012. So remember, International Jazz Day is being commemorated on 30th of April. Satellite Technology Day. So, Satellite Technology Day is annually observed across India on April 19. Achievement made in satellite technology. So, new type of technologies is being inducted. New particular ecosystem is being created in majorly in Bangalore regarding the space technology. So, to commemorate the satellite technology, 19th April is dedicated. The day commemorates the successful launch of India's first satellite Aryabhat into the space on April 19, 1975. STD 2024 marks the beginning of 50th year of the Aryabhat launch. The tradition of celebrating STD annually at the UR Rao Satellite Center, Bangalore, began on 19th April 2000. So in 1975, first satellite was launched, that was Aryabhat on 19th April. International Labour's Day is commemorated on 1st of May. So International Labour Day is also known as the May Day or Worker Day is celebrated on 1st May. The annual observance honors the contribution and achievement of workers worldwide. It promotes workers' rights and opportunities. This year's theme focus on ensuring safety and health in the work in a changing climate. So remember, 1st May is also known as the International Labour's Day. Tuna Day, World Tuna Day observed on 2nd of May. Tuna is a kind of a fish you can see in this picture. So it is a very famous fish and is very famous in the cuisines related to the seafood. So World Tuna Day is observed on 2nd of May. The day raises awareness about the importance of tuna conservation. Tuna is valued for its health benefits, including omega 3 fatty acids and proteins. The day highlights their threats to tuna populations from overfishing and unsustainable practices. So remember, World Tuna Day is observed annually on May 2nd. AMU professor Mohammad Rehan took charge as the Director General of NISE. What is NISE? That is National Institute of Solar Energy. So basically, AMU professor, that is the Aligarh Muslim University, also earlier known as the Anglo Mohammedan University, started by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. The Dr. Mohammad Rehan, is the professor from Electrical Engineering Department, and he has been appointed as the Director General of NISE. He will serve at NISE on deputation for an initial term of 3 years with potential for an extension of up to 2 years. The former DG Arun Kumar Tripathi was appointed Vice Chancellor of Uttarakhand Ayurvedic University. Dr. Rehan has led the integration of 6.5 megawatt peak solar photovoltaic plants in AMU campus distribution grid, the largest in any academic institution in India. So remember the name NISE. Recently, Nepal has become the 101st member of ISA, and that is the International Solar Alliance headquartered in Gurugram. So he will be the charge of taking care of the solar energy now, as he is the director of National Institute of Solar Energy. Remember the name. The name is Dr. Mohammad Rehan. Hitesh Sethia appointed MD CEO of Geo Financial Service Limited. So, Ministry of Corporate Affairs has approved the appointment of Hitesh Kumar Sethia as the MD CEO of Geo Financial Service for a period of 3 years. Recently, Geo Financial Service also got assent to create a mutual fund market and capital market in India. Hitesh Kumar Sethia is certified chartered accountant with extensive experience in banking industry, worked with ICICI and McLaren Strategic Ventures. He joined McLaren Strategic Ventures in 2022 as the head of Europe. In July 2023, Board of Reliance Industries appointed Hitesh Kumar Sethia, MD CEO of Reliance Strategic Investment Limited, later named as Geo Financial Services. So now remember, Hitesh Sethia appointed MD CEO of Geo Financial Service. Justice Dinesh Kumar appointed as the SET presiding officer. What is SET? SET is the Securities Appellate Tribunal. That means if any kind of case that is related to the affiliation of assets and related to the case of the securities, that would be heard in Security Appellate Tribunal. Now, Justice, that is retired Dinesh Kumar, has been taken charge as the presiding officer. He was appointed by the Government of India for a 4-year term. Before this role, Justice Dinesh Kumar was the Chief Justice of the Karnataka High Court. He retired from the post in February 2024. Remember the name Dinesh Kumar. Hitesh Sethia appointed as the MD CEO of Geo Financial Service. We just discussed about him. So remember his name Hitesh Sethia. Indian AdTech giant shines on Time Global Ranking. So it is the ecosystem of AI as well as the ecosystem of AdTech in India. And Emeritus, an Indian AdTech startup, has secured the top spot in Time Magazine World Top AdTech Companies of 2024 ranking. Founded in 2015 by Ashwini Dhamera and Chaitanya. Kali Patnapu Emeritus offers courses from prestigious global universities. These include the University of Cambridge, Harvard Business School, MIT Sloan, and among others. The achievement highlights the growing influence of Indian edtech companies on the global stage. So, here we can see the ecosystem of edtech is being created, and remember, Emeritus is being named as the world's top edtech companies of 2004 rankings. Kathmandu, the capital of Nepal, has topped the list of cities with unhealthy air. So Kathmandu has been ranked the most populated polluted city globally. The Ministry of Health and Population of Nepal has advised residents to wear masks. Alarming air pollution levels in Kathmandu value have raised health concerns. Efforts are being made to address and mitigate the pollution crisis. So remember the name Kathmandu is the most polluted city currently in the world according to IQ Air. India to host 46th Antarctic Treaty consultative meeting in Kochi. So India will host the 46th Antarctic Treaty consultative meeting in Kochi, Kerala. Antarctic Treaty was signed in 1960 with the purpose that we should not use Antarctic continent for any kind of testing and missile testing and any kind of launches and any kind of mining and other things. So for that purpose, Antarctic Treaty was signed, and 46th Antarctic Treaty is being held in Kochi, Kerala. In this year, the 46th meeting of UNESCO also being held in New Delhi. The event is scheduled from 20th May to 30th May. Ministry of Earth Science and National Center for Polar and Oceanic Research are organizing the meeting. The focus will be on safeguarding Antarctic's ecosystem and advancing scientific research. Renowned journalist Vinay Veer passed away at 72. So Vinay Veer, a renowned journalist, publisher, editor of the daily Hindi Milap, passed away on April 27. He was 72 years old. Vinay Veer was a champion for a Hindi language in South India. He was respected figure in the journalism community. So remember his name, Vinay Veer. He passed away and he was a renowned journalist in South India. Playback singer Uma Ramanan bids adieu at 72. So she died at the age of 72. Renowned playback singer Uma Ramanan passed away at the age of 72 in Chennai. She was known for her melodious voice and extensive repertoire in Tamil music. Uma Ramanan's contributions have left a lasting impact on India's music industry. Her legacy will be remembered by fans and fellow musicians alike. So remember the name Uma Ramanan. She passed away at the age of 72 in Chennai, and she was a renowned musician from Tamil Nadu. Acclaimed author Paul Auster passed away at the age of 77. So another person from art and literature. Paul Auster, acclaimed American novelist, filmmaker, passed away. He was best known for his work, The New York Trilogy. Auster died at his home in Brooklyn, New York, due to complications from lung cancer. His literary contributions have left an indelible mark on contemporary literature. So remember the name Paul Auster, a renowned filmmaker and novelist. 35th Goldman Environmental Prize, Chhattisgarh, Bachao Andolan leader Alok Shukla bags it. So on April 29, Goldman Environmental Foundation announced the winners of 35th Goldman Environmental Prize, also known as the Green Nobel Prize. So remember this point very well. It is known as the Green Nobel Prize and it has gone to Alok Shukla, convener of the Chhattisgarh Bachao Andolan and founding member of the Hasdeo Aranya Bachao Sangharsh Samiti. Hasdeo is the tributary of Mahanadi also. Won the 2024 Goldman Prize from Asia. The award ceremony was presented at the War Memorial Opera in San Francisco, USA, and hosted by Romap, founder of Outdoor Afro. 2024 award was presented to 7 individuals committed to protecting their communities and environment. So remember the name Alok Shukla. He has been given the 35th Goldman Environmental Prize, which is known as the Green Nobel Prize. Recently, the Pen Pinter Prize also gone to Arundhati Roy, the pioneer of getting the uh, Booker Prize for India. Indian origin teacher Geena Justice receives 2024 Cambridge Dedicated Teacher Award for MENA region. So, Indian origin teacher Geena Justice in the UAE has been named as the regional winner of 2024 Cambridge Dedicated Teacher Award from the Middle East and North Africa region. Geena Justice, a native of Trivananthapuram, Kerala, is a teacher at our own English high school, Girls Sharjah in UAE. She has been working in UAE since 2005. India's Meena Mishra was named the winner of the award for the South Asia region. She worked as a teacher at Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan International School in Mumbai, Maharashtra. So remember the name. The name is Geena Justice. She won the award to the dedicated teacher for MENA. MENA is Middle East and North African region. Dr. Beena Modi honored for outstanding contribution to corporate social responsibilities. Another award to Dr. Beena Modi has been recognized for her exceptional contribution to the corporate social responsibility. Her efforts significantly impacted various social community development initiatives. The award highlights her dedication to sustainable and inclusive growth. Dr. Modi's work set benchmark for CSR practice in India. So she has created a new type of ecosystem and environment in the case of corporate social responsibility. And for that purpose, Dr. Beena Modi has been honored with this prestigious prize. So let's summarize that what we have learned so far in this session. So first thing is UN's first international conference on DPI held under India's leadership in New York. India growing dependence on Chinese imports. India renew agreements to train 1500 Bangladeshi officers. India reduces windfall tax on petroleum crude. Indian Army Puneet Balan Group collaborates to develop India's first constitution park. TUECO signs MOU with Nagar Nigam Haridwar to establish waste to green energy plant. Uttarakhand suspends license of 14 Patanjali Ayurvedic products. Adani Vizhinjam port in Kerala approved India's first transshipment port. RBI announces interest rates of 8% on floating rate saving bond. Brisk Pay raises US $5 million in seed funding from PayU to enhance cross-border payments. Indian economy, another forecast from NCAR to be 7% in the financial year 25. Zimbabwe introduced new currencies amid skepticism, that is called ZIG. CRED's new offline QR code scan and pay, now they are also in the field of payment aggregator. RBI cancels Ace Money India NBFC license for irregular lending practices. Worldline e-payment India receives RBI approval as a payment aggregator. Unified payment interface transaction declines in April. Record high GST collection was done in April. Core sector growth moderates at 5.2%. Indian Oil Corporation investing in renewable energy, rupees 5,215 crore for 1 gigawatt capacity. SPPL launched 6th ACTCM barge LSM 20 in Thane. ISRO released ISSAR report on vulnerability of space assets to collision with the asteroids and other objects. Argentine scientists unveiled discovery of Speedy, 90 million years old herbivore dinosaur. India and Europe to strengthen 6G collaboration. China to launch Chang's E lunar probe carrying Pakistan iCube Q mission. Kenyan dominance at TCS World 10K Bengaluru. Paris Saint Germain clinches record. Ayushman Bharat Divas 30th April, International Jazz Day 30th April, Satellite Technology Day 19th April, International Labour Day 2024 celebrated 1st of May. Tuna Day 2nd of May. Mohammad Rehan, AMU professor, took charge as the director of NISE. Hitesh Setia appointed MD of Geo Financial Service. Dinesh Kumar appointed as the presiding officer of Securities Appellate Tribunal. Appellate Tribunal. Indian edtech giant shines in Times Global Ranking. Kathmandu tops the list of the unhealthy air in the world. India to host 46th Antarctic Treaty Consultative Meeting in Kochi. Renowned journalist Vinay passed away. Playback singer Uma Ramanan passed away. Acclaimed author Paul Astor passed away. 35th Goldman Environmental Prize, the Green Nobel Prize, gone to Alok Shukla for Chhattisgarh Bachao Andolan. Indian origin teacher Geena Justice won the Cambridge Dedicated Teacher Award for MENA region. Dr. Beena Modi honored with the outstanding contribution to corporate social responsibility. And that's it in this session. It was a long and healthy session for all of you, I guess, and you got to know a lot of things. I will meet you once again in the next session. Till then, bye bye. Take care, everyone, and see you soon.